The second GT4 race of the Iberian Supercars event in Jerez saw Francisco Mora convert his pole position into an early race lead ahead of the SMC McLaren driven by Lorenzo Montero. From the earliest minutes, the race proved to be an intense and sometimes physical ordeal, with a great deal of early strife befalling the number 79 Racar Aston of Vasco Oliveira. Frankly, the number 79 was getting bullied down the order outside the top 10, as the number of cars fighting for space and the track available did not always match well. But Oliveira did his best to hold his positions. However, the NM Racing Mercedes fleet would pass by. Lastly, Max Huber at the final hairpin, but shortly after the move, the Mercedes would start to limp with technical issues. The Supercars ESPAñA AM Championship leader JM Smurg hit the barrier out of turn 6, handing the title in that division to Pedro Bastos and Ruben Vaquinas of Gianfranco Motorsports. Meanwhile, the number 44 Gianfranco Supra of Alexandre Araya was challenging Enrique Oliveira for 6th, but the youngster in the Aston Martin just held on around the outside. Further back, several teams were shedding debris and having issues, including Orlando Bettina, who spun out from a top 10 position in his Supra. After the pit stops, Francisco Abreu had a significant off coming out of turn 6, having just served a longer pit stop due to success penalties. Guillermo Aso, the bronze in the Pro Bronze NM Mercedes, found himself embattled, first losing out to Cesar Machado in the number 4 Speedy Supra, and then the number 23 McLaren of Jose Cautela. Meanwhile, the number 77 Racar Aston Martin, now in the hands of Matthew Martins, was working through the pack, but any progress beyond 4th place looked unlikely, with over 15 seconds between the Frenchman and the overall top 3. However, this would change when the sister number 79 car found itself beached in the gravel. A safety car was triggered and the script was ripped up. However, with Martin still behind Francisco Abreu, the GT4 Pro title was still set to go the way of the 26 TGR Portugal Supra. As the safety car ended, Jose Carlos Perez led Abreu until Abreu sensed an opportunity to lunge at the chicane. It was ambitious, it didn't pay off. Abreu's Supra was wounded, and with that, the GT4 Pro title fell to Matthew Martins. All through the field, it was a fight to the flag, and as well as Abreu, the number 119 Lemon Mercedes of Bruno Perez was damaged after an ambitious physical move at the final corner. Abreu, unfortunately, limping the car to its end. On the final lap of the race, Perez was holding on by a thread under scrutiny from teammate Cesar Machado and Martins. The yellow-clad Toyotas held the 1-2 formation for the checkered flag ahead of Matthew Martins. Guillermo Aso and Philip Varda finished 9th overall, securing the Pro Bronze title in Supercars ESPAñA, while Ricardo Costa, the other NM Mercedes, did enough to win the Bronze Championship. Meanwhile, the Racar team and Matthew Martin celebrated both the overall GT Championship and the GT4 Pro title in Supercars ESPAñA. This momentum will carry into the Iberian Supercars and Portuguese Velocidade finale, coming later in the month at the famed Circuito Estoril.